A lot of leaders don't understand the difference between toxic positivity and regular motivation. They do not teach dental business administration. It's all on the job learning.
You cannot connect without being intentional. It's not a mouth, it's a human.
Any practice that says, we're going to switch to this and release some of our team members, run away.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dental Handoff. Today, I have with me one of my fondest, dearest besties, Savanah Carlson. Savanah, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You guys, isn't she, if you're watching this on YouTube, isn't she just glowing lovely? I just love being in your presence, Savanah. And we've known each other for a few years,
Yeah.
and you guys, how you get to know these people, and it's just like, oh my gosh, where's this person been my entire life? And that is Savanah.
The feeling is so mutual. Every time I see you, I think it's always like, "Oh my God, how are things? I love you." Like,
It went like that at that one reception, didn't it?
yes, it really did. We literally just turned and saw each other, and I was like, "Oh, da-na-na-na-na-na." Yeah, that was definitely it.
Because we had never met each other in person. It was great. It
Oh
was
my
so
gosh, that's so true. We have
yeah,
never actually that was the first time in person.
yeah, I got a whole body hug. I usually do just Zoom hugs. Yep. So
Wow.
you have to tell people your story, like why dentistry? How did you end up where you are? Well, what's the starting
Oh.
point? Like, what's your journey?
The starting point. Well, I definitely didn't dream about running a dental practice. Like, in sitting in kindergarten in, like, circle time with our teddy bears, I wasn't like, "I wanna be a dental practice manager." Like, "I wanna work with dental software." No, it's like, "I wanna work with dolphins," something like that. So, dentistry was never at the forefront of any type of career goals. When I had graduated college, um, I did a fun stint working with Harry Potter, and I know, yeah, it was a great time, but after that fun stint of working with Harry Potter, I needed a job, and my mother and my stepdad were running the admin side of a pediatric dental practice, and they said, "You're unemployed. How about you come in and you file charts for us?" Because they were still on paper charts, and they were on this very antiquated software called Alpha. We were one of 3 practices in the whole entire world that utilized it. One of 3. Yep, mhm. So, I'd go in at night when the practice had closed down, and I would do all the filing, and I'd tidy up and, like, pull charts for the next day or whatever. And there was one day where I had an audition and I couldn't go to work that night. So I had to come in a little early before an audition for a Shakespeare play. And I'm there and I'm putting charts away and I'm pulling, and the phone is ringing and ringing and ringing. And I'm looking around and no one is answering it. Mind you, there are five team members standing around the front reception area. One's crying about a boyfriend, one's eating food, another one's, like, doing her nails, like, but no one's answering the phone. So maybe I was in a mood, I don't know. I picked up the phone and I said, "Thank you for calling XYZ. This is Savannah. How may I help you?" And I worked my way through it and I said, "Let me put you on hold and I will give you, the best person to help you with this question." I put on hold and I marched back to the office manager's, office and I said, line 1, can you please pick that up? It's so and so, and they're asking so and so." I turned around and I went back to my filing. And then the office manager came out 5 minutes later and said, "Did someone tell you to answer the phone?" And I thought I was in trouble. And I was like, well, no." And he goes, "Huh. Do you want a job?" And I was like, Yes. Yes, I do. Make me an employed woman, please. Yes."
Beyond the files.
Beyond the files. Ooh, that Kelly. That could be a mini series, Beyond the Files.
Yeah, it's gonna be classified miniseries.
That's amazing. Because it can be paper charts, it can be, like, endo files, it can be all the files.
True. I love this. Okay,
Okay,
next
okay,
episode, we will unpack that.
okay, cool. But yeah, so that's how I started in dentistry. I started as a patient greeter, checking patients in, and then I worked my way up. I really fell in love with social media, so I was marketing for this practice. We expanded, we increased, tripled our revenue. We added an adult dentist into the practice, so we really started to fill up his side of the business, and there was a second location, so I worked on that side. And then I decided working with family was no longer for me. So
I was gonna ask when that departure occurred.
that departure happened 3 years and 7 days. So
Wow, that you stayed for a minute.
I stayed for a hot minute because I mean, I didn't have much interaction with my family during that point, but the interaction I had, I was like, I could spread my wings. I could spread them further than this. So I decided to move to a different dental practice. And I ended up staying with that practice for 10 years. And that's where I learned everything about dentistry, and left there with running a multi-million dollar practice. We had 16 team members. We had, um, I say 3 and a half dentists because we had an associate who would come in and do perio. So yeah, it was a fantastic practice that I was at. And what I really learned at that practice was the value of education, which has just propelled me into the dental education scope in the industry and why I'm such a proponent of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you yeah, but that's all. And
that's the
then
scoop.
alright, so did you figure out why people weren't answering the phone? Why weren't they
No,
answering
they
the
were too busy. I told you they were eating, one was crying over the boyfriend. Like,
phone? But, like,
they just
why?
they just didn't care, but you bet your sweet Bippy that when I started working there, it was like I wasn't militant, but I was always like, "Phone, can you answer the phone? Can you answer the phone?" So
Can you answer the other phone?
answer the other phone. Yeah. Um, yeah, there was
So
that practice had some communication, growth that needed to happen, and it did, and it got there for sure, for sure.
which positions have you held within the practice?
Oh god, all of them. So,
Even a
greeter
dentist.
greeter I mean, aside from dentist, like, I did actually, try my hand at being a dental assistant. It's not for me. It's just not for me. And then try if I were to try to be a hygienist, I don't think I'd have the candor or the soft skills of like, "It's okay. It happens to everybody." I'd be like, "What did you eat? Like, what is this? This is unnecessary.
Why are you messing up your life?
Why? Why? We only have 30 minutes. I need 3 days for this mouth. Like, why?" So, I would say I've touched all aspects of the business side, and admin side of the practice. So, greeter, front desk check-in, treatment coordinator, insurance coordinator, social media coordinator, and marketer,
Mm.
assistant office manager, therapist.
We're all that. We're
We're
all
all
that.
that. Yeah, and, you're also, like, the HIPAA coordinator. It's just running a practice is so encompassing that it's something unless you go to school for business, they do not teach dental business administration. They just don't. It's all on the job learning, and by golly, like, I made sure I was learning all the time. 'Cause it would reflect on me and
Yeah,
the running of the practice. If we weren't hitting goals and things weren't getting done, well, that was on me, and if I didn't know how to do it, I need to figure it out.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you took it personal.
Oh, I took it very personally. Well, I am a type A-er, so I like when things get done correctly. Actually, this is what I used to say. I'm a measure twice, cut once kinda girl.
That makes sense, though. I mean, that makes
Yeah.
sense why you helped people, and support the practices and growth. I know that you've had a lot of experience with working with office managers, those who um, are there to support, the support team
Mhm.
and doing that. What was or what has been in your experience, like one of the things that you've seen change the fastest that has leveraged the growth in dentistry and what we're able to do in our capabilities in the time that you've been in.
That's a great question. I think the fastest thing that can change that makes the most impact is culture. Um, if you have a leader in play that understands what it is to lead and what it is to have a positive culture, not a toxic positive culture, because there are a lot of leaders that don't understand the difference between toxic positivity and regular motivation and positivity. But if you're able to find your groove with great leadership and developing a good culture in the practice, that will switch the attitude of every team member that you have. And when they're empowered and they're positive and they like where they work, they're gonna hit the goals. They're going to do those little tasks that you are scared to ask them to do when they know the value behind it, because that's what you're doing as a leader and developing that culture, they're gonna do it. And it really just is a stress eliminator too. So I think that, um, the positive culture is the fastest way to growth and change in a practice.
It's so hard as a team member knowing well, as a consultant stepping in, you can always sit back and be like, "Oh, wow, if this changed," you can
Yeah,
see it, but when you're a part of it, it's harder to deconstruct and say, If this could be this way and this could be this way."
yeah.
When you're in it, Savannah, like you have been, I know like I have been and the listeners have been as well, and you see all the changes that could happen, you just want it so bad
Mm.
to be that way. What would you say to a team member, like, to say, other than like Gandhi and be the change? I mean, you gotta be the change, right? But if you're trying to help the doctor and other folks get on board with the culture, what what do you find yourself saying to them? What's the advice that you would give to them?
That's a loaded question, Kelly. Because every practice is so different and every personality is so different. I think it goes back to the why and why we're doing what we're doing, especially with our executive leadership, which is our doctors and our office managers and our regionals. And then above that at enterprise level too, it's why are we seeing these patients? Like, what is our why? What is the mission of the practice? And are we living by it?
Mhm.
If our leadership can't answer those questions and they're not confident in living by the why, there is definitely some adjustments that need to be had and some bigger conversations that need to be had. Everything should go back to the why. And whenever you're working with team members, that's your North Star. That is how you achieve the success that you're going to achieve by making sure everything you're doing aligns with that.
Yeah, I find that we can find so many things within a day that divide us as a
Yeah.
10. But if we recenter on what we're really here for, what we started out wanting for it, because then it sort of gives us clarity on, okay, I know this coworker is really annoying me and they didn't do things how I thought they should or respond the way they should or treat the patient they should. But I take it personal to take it on me to educate from my perspective of, I observed it in the right timing, right? I observed this happening. I wonder if we approached it like this, if it could have had a different outcome
Mhm.
because of who we are as a team. Because I think that in order for it to all work, to have this culture flow,
Yeah.
to that we all have to be on the train. And
Yeah.
we all not every day is perfect, and we're annoying each other. We spend so much time at work with each other, but to be able to reel it back in and say, "You know what? I am dysregulated right now. I need to chill, and I'm recognizing this about myself, and I'm not gonna allow myself to fall this way outside of the guardrails. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, 'You know what? That's not really important right now. I'm here for the patient.'" To be able to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
That preach, preach.
But
I almost just started beatboxing like, "Go Kelly, go Kelly." It's true though, and you know what? They don't teach these skills in dental assisting school, in dental hygiene school. When the dentists are in school and paying all that money for their education, it does not include any kind of self-assessments, any kind of communication skills. And I mean, when it comes down to it, right, it is about communication. Like even soft skills, they
Mhm.
I mean, we go our whole lives hoping that we have the intellect to be able to have effective conversations with people, and that's just not the case, especially when you have different personalities coming into one small area for a very long day.
Yes. And then you have all these other personalities entering in that who are called the
Yes.
patient, and you're going, "How do we all interact with this and then that?" And, it makes so much sense that it seems like in theory it would be so easy to just
Mm,
work it out, but
yes.
what we're doing and with our communication, it's an applied science. It's not gonna the way that I would say it to you is not gonna be the way that I say it to the next person.
Right.
And you have to be able to read that situation. And we are so compressed for time in dentistry where we're spun up and thousands and millions probably of things are going by us and we're filtering it out because we're right here and we're trying to do what's best right here for the thousand things that we're doing and looking forward to the next patient and all that. So, you know, in all those moments, it's like what's that thing that we do that to connect with that person?
I think that's just it though. It's connection. There I've seen a lot of, leadership situations where it could have been handled if communication had happened sooner. So having regular conversations, and I'm not talking like we don't have to have hour-long conversations with our team every week. It doesn't need to happen. A
Mhm,
5-minute check-in to see how things are going. How was the day today? Is there anything I could have done to support you more
mhm.
in this day? 2 simple
Yep.
questions can literally change the vibe of your practice. And it is, it's just communication and being able to communicate better with our teams.
Yeah, I love the end of the day recap, especially if you're trying something on like a goal. I
Mhm.
remember working with one particular practice and they were trying to, I say buzz the doctor or to indicate to the doctor on when they were going to be ready for a check. And they're
Yeah.
like, all right, we're going to do this. And this is our plan of action. And today it's just like, where did that go? Won't even happen. I mean, because you could see that it was turning and doctors were trying
Yeah.
and everybody's like, wait, did we even talk this morning? But to have that conversation, that debrief at the end of the day, like, okay, what was happening there? What could we have done? What could we have adjusted? Do we need to adjust our expectations? Do we need to ask earlier? Do we need to allow longer for this patient? What needs to shift
Mhm.
in this?
Mhm.
And everybody to be open for it and not be like defensive.
Yeah, the openness, I love that you said that, everyone to be open for it, and again, I think that reflects back on your executive leadership and how open they are to feedback, because if you as a leader aren't willing to open up for feedback and accept it with respect, I mean, how do you expect your team to follow suit? It won't happen. It just doesn't.
It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
they're following your energy. They're following
Yeah.
your lead.
Yeah.
And that is where your culture is. If you're this upset, spun up person, how do you think everybody else's energy is gonna be around you? They're absorbing that and everything else throughout the day, trying to figure it out, walking on eggshells, trying to help you solve problems and be the glue
Mm.
because 'cause we're just trying to hold stable and, you're the one that's out of the wireframe,
Right?
half the
Right?
time. You don't even realize it. It's hard.
You know what I think is also pretty effective, and I wish more practices would do this, is to take, the personality tests.
Oh, yes.
And I know they can be time consuming, I understand, but being able to understand how someone else receives information is also just as important in how you deliver it.
Yes.
So that would uh, everyone listening, I know it takes time, but it is so important to have a well-rounded knowledge of how to effectively communicate with everyone. And like also it'll help you in your daily life, like with your family and your relationships and everything.
True.
But like in the workplace with those people that you're with most of the time, understanding it helps you understand where they're coming from too.
That's right. That's right. Because
I
if
wish more
you
practices would spend time on building that part of their culture.
if you wanna connect, it's not about how you feel about things. It's also about how the other person is feeling about it and receives it. So
Yeah.
you can know how to land it and you can adjust that landing.
Mhm.
because if they're not there to land on and the way that it's gonna be a crash. And
Right.
so even something, Savannah, sometimes these tests don't take that long. I was just talking last night to, in a CE about just the DISC assessment, the
Mhm.
DISC. You can do that. It's like a 3-minute assessment that's free online to understand what the DISC assesses is your how people perceive you based on how you are how you're communicating, how you're interacting with people.
Mhm.
There's no right or wrong. But if you got to know who you are in order to know who other people are. But then what's cool is that once you know about yourself, you're like, oh, okay, I know the style. So then I can apply it to my team member. Oh, that's why they just want it short and to the point. They're a
Mhm.
high D.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's why they're
Susie
so
doesn't like the fluff. Just give it to her straight and then let her go amongst her day. Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you think about how to communicate with someone and not and take the guesswork out of it. If you can identify and go, "Uh-huh, I think that person's a high D or a high S," and you'll learn that once you learn DISC. It's not a heavy lift at all.
No.
Then it helps you learn how to be better because you chose this profession for connection. You
Mhm.
cannot connect without being intentional, you guys. It's not a mouth, it's a human emotional experience. And
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, that's something too that where it becomes most effective is working with your patients because you have a greater understanding of how to communicate and what's effective. Oh, yeah, 100%. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that's accurate.
yeah, that's usually where I connect it to first, where I bridge it over to them. The 8 o'clock patient's like, "Don't talk to me, just do what you need to do." I'm like, oh," not get offended, but it's
Yay.
like, "Okay, that's what they want." And then I put in the chart, "Does not like for you to talk to."
And the memo.
And I'm like, "Let Susie see him next time," because I get
We
mad
had, like,
about
MC milk cookies. Like,
it. Give them chocolate before they come in because 'cause they're hangry.
they're Hank.
So what are you up to now with your background? Where has that led you today?
So, right now, I have the privilege and honor of working in dental software, and when I say that, people are like, "Is it though?" Yeah, it is. I feel I've come full circle in working in the admin side of dentistry because I showed up every day for the patient and the team as an administrator in practice. Then I went on to executive leadership and education for a dental management organization. And now I'm able to come back to supporting admins from the tech side, which is all we eat, live, and breathe in a practice these days. And the software that I work with, it is an AI based software that helps our admin teams just feel really successful in what they're doing because it's giving them task lists on how to keep the schedule full. And
Mm.
when our admin team is empowered and they feel like they have contributed to the success of the practice, that's when there's that shift of like, "I'm working just a job." It's like, "No, you have a career. This is you've invested in yourself. This is a career." To be able to support them in their careers on this side and actually give them metrics to show them that they are making an impact is just, like, huge. It was huge because when I was in practice, I'd have to, pull all these types of reports to try to have effective salary review conversations, performance
Right.
review conversations, and there were softwares at the time that would kind of assist with that, but this one here is just, "Okay, you are absolutely focused on the admin team from the get-go, like, how are we gonna help them succeed?" And I was
Mm.
like, "I'm all for it. Yes, they are my people, and if they succeed, then I succeed." So, that's where we're at now, working in software and loving it.
Yeah, you're really empowering others how you always did just through software.
Just through software.
Just
It's
through
true, it's
software.
true. Yeah, and I'm having a lot of fun with it too because, I mean, I work directly with my peers that I was working with at my previous job, so it doesn't feel like all that much of a change. It's just a different catalyst to get there. Um, and I'm still able to help industry leaders outside of the practice as they're helping practices too, which is also super inspiring. I just, if I can help someone grow their own personal business as they're helping a dental practice succeed, I mean, why the hell not?
Yeah. From what I know about your software company, you can talk about it's MaxAssist, you guys.
MaxAssist.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's great to be able to understand what's working, where this schedule can be filled, but it's not like, you didn't fill this. It's more of it's more intuitive,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna take your job. It's actually empowering you and giving you information to act on intentionally. So you're not spending all these dead hours on the phone waiting for fill in the blank.
Yeah, I love that you said that. The company is built on connection, and they don't wanna be a set it and forget it, which I also appreciate because, yeah, when AI first came out, it was the scare of like, "Oh, no, like, am I gonna be irrelevant soon? Like, am I gonna be needed?" The answer is always yes. Any practice that says, "Well, we're gonna switch this and release some of our team members," don't work for them. Run away. Like, run away. I'm telling you, right, you can say, "Savanah Carlson told me to run." Um, um, their patients are always going to come back to a practice where they feel they have connection, and that is with a human. So we really pride ourselves on, and I'm saying empowering again, but empowering these teams with tools that that really promote that connection and take advantage of the opportunity to get to know the patients in the practice. Like
Mhm.
it's yeah, connecting. Yeah, MaxAssist is pretty it's pretty awesome. I say almost every day, "Oh gosh, if I was back in practice, I would like kick ass with this. I would be making like so many changes." And then my VP is like, "Stop saying that. You are not going anywhere." And I was like, "I will. I'll stop saying it. I'll stop saying it." But like,
You're gonna be stapled to the floor.
yeah. I'm like, "But can you imagine what I would do with this?" And she's like, "If you keep saying that, someone's gonna send you in practice. You are gonna be like the Carmen Sandiego of MaxAssist and just be bebopping around to different practices, like doing a case study of yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
You're
But
like, "Is that bad? Is that bad?" I
is that
mean,
bad though? I mean, wait, Kelly, is that bad?
it's not.
Oh my
You can do
god.
what you want. You're a grown woman.
I'm a grown woman. Hopefully my president or the CEO of the company is, I hope he is listening. Jeffrey,
We love you, Jeffrey. We
we love
require
you,
an
Jeffrey.
audience. We require an audience.
I require an audience. There has been a change of scope. Like,
Well, you guys, if you I mean, Savannah, I love talking to you. I could riff all day with you. If you want more of Savannah in your life, or if you want whatever, I mean, if you want more information on Max Assist and what that is and how it can change your life, drop her a note. Her contact information is in YouTube. Any final words, Savannah?
I mean, go after the connection. Go, and that connection leads to good culture. And you guys got it. You just got to start utilizing the tools that you got.
Yeah, there's so many tools
So many
already
tools.
in the box that
Yeah.
you don't even know that you can leverage. I learned that a couple months ago. I'm like, I didn't know this was there.
I
This
know.
gonna this gonna save my butt a couple of times.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's me. Like when I even look at my bookshelf, I'm like, I had that book. Oh, why didn't I should have read that sooner.
Yeah, no kidding. But that's why the book's still there, so you can reread it.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
You guys know, listeners, I always ask the favor. Please go on to Apple Podcasts to rate the Dental Handoff with a 5-star rating. Please do that now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe and go ahead and press the like button so the algorithm recommends us to other people that you love. And then also drop a comment in for Savannah. Tell her how cool she is, all
Awesome.
the things. Tell us how much that lets the algorithm love us too. So thank you all for all the things that you do every day. Thank you, Savannah, for being on in your time in the
Thank you.
labs.
I'm so happy to be here. I just love you.
I love you too. No, I love you. No, I
I
love
love
you.
you.
We will see you all next week. Thank you for all that you do. See you later, my friends.
Bye, everyone.